Okay, what up ladies and gents, it's your favorite Asian robot right here, hopefully your favorite official content creator for the First Descendant, and today I'm gonna go through Hailey's Sniper Build. If you guys have not yet seen this build in action, you might want to check the streams. This is what I've been using to slay bosses really quickly. I will demonstrate this one on most of the solo bosses. I know some of you ask, can you demonstrate on team-based bosses? Yes, I will have a separate video for that another day, okay? I'm gonna get straight into this. I'm not gonna waste your time, but before that, alright, as always, if you have not yet registered me as your content creator, please do so. The link is in the video description. Alright, if you've already registered me more than a month ago, please extend your support. That's all I ask of you. Thank you very much. Let's get into it. Okay. What you'll need to understand about this build is that a purple reactor will actually work for the solo bosses. Now, a gold reactor is better. There is no denying that. However, a purple reactor will do just fine. Skill critical hit damage and additional skill attack when attacking Colossus are the god rolls. I happen to have god rolls for this, which is why I put it on. The gold reactor that I found for piercing light is not as good. However, I'll be waiting until the reactor farm rework so that I can do a little more there. All right, but for now, I will demonstrate with the purple reactor. Like I said, it will do just fine. That being said, make sure that you have these roll stats on it, okay? For the external components, I'll be using the Slayer set. Max HP, MP recovery out of combat. Max MP, MP recovery in combat. Defense, MP recovery modifier. Max shield, shield recovery modifier. Pretty standard stuff. I did consider the Polar Knight set, but almost said processor, but I did consider this set, but unfortunately, as much as I thought about using it, the big thing that I do have to mention is that unfortunately I wasn't able to get a good set of this because I was never really thinking about using it before. So I did consider it, but since it operates on the basis of frostbite, which Hailey does not inflict, I decided not to go for that. However, I did consider it. If you want to use the Polar Knight set, please by all means use it. But Slayer set works just fine for me, and this is what I've been doing because the additional skill power really boosts her up. Okay, next, you are going to need a particular weapon for this. Now, this weapon can be either the Perforator, like any kind of impact round weapon, the Zastrus, piercing light. There's a lot of options that you can do, but here's what you're going to need, all right? You are probably going to want to have expand weapon charge and concentrate support ammo inside, all right? This would give you extra critical hit damage and additional rounds per magazine. Why? Because her fourth skill comes with 4 shots base, but if you put 2 magazine increases, it goes from 4 to 7 shots, all right? And with an impact weapon, you can have payout as well. So upon hitting a weak spot, you don't consume ammo for a few shots, which is absolutely fantastic, all right? So that's how Hailey can be structured. It's really up to you. The piercing light build will come tomorrow, all right? So I'll go through that in detail tomorrow. Today is about Hailey herself, so I'm going to focus on that. Okay. Excuse slight coughing. Now, let's get straight into the build. I'm going to explain a little bit about this. For Hailey, she doesn't have a Transcendent mod yet, so you can leave that slot blank, but you will have to have one in future. I was able to save a little bit on Catalyst, but I will actually have to fully catalyze her in future if I want to use a Transcendent mod. What I have on her is maximized for solo gameplay. Okay? I'm also going to show you a way that you can actually, how should I say this? That you can actually beef up her stats a little bit, okay, at the cost of cooldown. That is with maximized skill, but I'll show you how to restructure that in a little bit. Let me first go through the mods. For Hailey, what I'm using here is increased hit points. This is just so that you can survive a little bit. Some people have considered things like HP amplification, which gives slightly more than this, but sucks up your shields. I mean, it's up to you, really. I just increased HP is good enough for me. Okay. Chill Specialist is your main source of damage here. This is what works beautifully for me. The other option in place of Chill Specialist is, as I mentioned, Maximize Skill. I'll show you how to restructure this for that. The difference between the two is genuinely just 6%. However, you will have a cooldown penalty on this one of 50%. So I leave the choice to you, but the 6% can really help you. If you're struggling to get just that little bit of hit points at the end, that's where Maximize Skill comes in. So I've tested with both. Both are fine, but the choice is yours. Okay? all the crit mods need to go in. Skill Insight, Skill Concentration, Front Lines, and Chill Specialist. I know some people have said don't use Skill Insight. The thing is that there is nothing else that I can put in this build to improve her damage other than Singular Specialist. The other alternative way would be to put your skill critical hit on your reactor or elsewhere, because you can reach 100% critical hit rate with Skill Insight. You cannot without it. So you actually need this. Why? Because her Cold Fury skill adds crit to her base. I will show you this in the lab before we actually go and fight the bosses, but I want to explain the rest of the build. Spear and Shield for more skill power and defense, obviously. Dangerous Ambush. No reason not to have this. Okay, you're going to need this, especially once you knock down an enemy or make them bow in the case of Dead Bride. You will absolutely wipe them out with Dangerous Ambush, so you need to have that. Shot Focus. Okay, Hailey's skill power modifiers are already ridiculous, so 15% skill power modifier is not going to hurt you at all. But having an extra 15% firearm attack, considering that your firearm attack is massive, this makes your firearm attack pretty big. So you are getting a lot of value out of Shot Focus. Glacial Syntium is the last one. Chill skill power is good. There's no reason not to have this, all right? And this is the build. Okay, now, before I go into the boss demonstrations, I am going to showcase a couple of things in the lab, all right? So first thing you need to understand is why we use the, Skill Insight. Okay, let's load in. Then after that, we'll go beat up all the Colossi and, you know, we'll just go wipe them out. Okie day. Right. Now, summon. All right. So, here's the thing. If I use Cold Fury, sorry, I should probably show you in this way. If I were to remove Skill Insight right now, okay, save. Hailey's base critical rate with the other module is her base critical hit rate is only 9%, all right? But if you were to use Cold Fury, okay, let it get to max stacks. You can in fact see the stacks as they go up. Your skill critical hit rate will only reach 86.5. All right? It doesn't guarantee a crit. And missing out on a crit means missing out on a 5 times damage multiplier. All right? So, since I had nothing else that could reasonably increase her power, I decided to put Skill Insight back on. So, when I put Skill Insight back on, let's do it again. Okay. Watch. Her skill critical hit rate reaches max. And in the way I've structured my Piercing Light, my firearm critical hit rate is also max. So this allows for a guaranteed critical in most situations. Right? So this is why I use Skill Insight. Now, we're going to get into the boss kills. I'm going to show you how we kill each of the solo bosses. The thing to understand is that there is a particular methodology to this. Now, I also promised that I would show you guys how to put maximize skill on it. I'm going to show you how to restructure that first, then we'll go into the boss kills. So for maximize skill, here's what you will try to do. All right, first I'll remove these 3. Okay. Maximize skill will go into that slot. Dangerous Ambush will go here. And I will also put it. I also had a Xantic slot up here. You will, if you want to use maximize skill, you are going to have an extra Xantic slot structured, and then Shot Focus go down here. Okay. This will allow you to put in maximize skill. So you're going to need 1 additional Xantic slot. Now, if you remove that, okay, this is what we had before. Then you will have her normal build. Chill Specialist. Dangerous Ambush. And Shot Focus goes up there. This one saves you 2 extra catalysts. Alright? So that is how to structure Hailey, basically. Okay, now let's get into the kills. Now, I don't trigger my third skill, Cold Fury, immediately. I wait. I usually start to trigger it once I get about here. Now, different bosses, you have different positions where you start the fight. Okay, for Executioner, I usually start him about here. Always be slightly to the left-hand side. It works better. Okay. Now, as soon as you can scan, that's when you want to hit him. All right, after your first skill fires, that's when you hit him for the additional 50% damage. And basically that's it. Executioner down. All right. Nothing fantastic, nothing special, nothing too difficult. Let's collect our loot and we move on. Oh, I think I will have to go back to Albion. I thought I would be able to go into the next boss fight straight away, but okay, never mind. So that's hard mode Executioner down. All right. We'll do the rest in order, including Dead Bride and the rest, and I know I normally run to Seneca because it's just a habit, but to save time, I'll just go straight from here. Okay, hard mode Dead Bride, difficulty hard, as you can see. Let's go. Now, all of them can be killed. Just be careful of your positioning. Like I said, there is a methodology to all of them. I actually worked out all the best sniping locations, and yeah, it does take a bit of effort, but you can do it. Okay, for Dead Bride, you have to position a little more aggressively. Oh, look at her legs going crazy. Okay, usually once I get to this location, I'll trigger my third skill there. Use this to grapple across, and then where you want to set up is actually at this block right here. So I set up right here. Now, Dead Bride is one of the few Colossi that backs up from you. So what you want is for her to start backing up, then you target her shoulder. All right, as soon as she bows, target her shoulder, and she's dead. There you go. Done. Okay. So that's Dead Bride in a nutshell. Give me all this. Remember to have all the crit modules on her. Like I said, because Hailey doesn't need like range, duration, anything, you can stack damage on damage on damage, which is pretty fantastic. Devourer is a no-brainer. All right, this one is very easy. You position exactly the same as you do with Executioner. So you just want to be slightly to the left, straight up front, shoot the knee, let him take a sniper to the knee, and you're good. Now for Devourer, I like to grapple first. Okay, as you can see, position slightly to the left, right here. Wait till the boss comes in. As soon as you scan him, straight to the knee. All right. If he hits you with a thing whereby you can't see, you should at least be able to pull off 2-3 shots. All right. If you don't hit him directly on the weak spot, you'll do a lot less damage, but I'll be real with you. It's fairly easy to just get him. The alternative, I just want to show you the alternative sniping spot, is to come up here and make him turn. If you make him turn, usually he won't hit you with the thing that'll obscure your view, but it's up to you which one you want to do. All right. Okay, good. Now on to Pyro. Pyro is super easy and same as Dead Bride. You can also take Pyro on head on, but I like to use Dead Bride's position for him because it's a lot easier to get the shot. Well, it's actually slightly different from Dead Bride's position, but marginally only. I'll show you. Oh, why am I running back? Jesus. I tell you, force a habit, because I'm so used to doing it on stream. You know? Oh, force a habit. My apologies for that. Okay, here we are. Okay, I'll usually start my thing around here, and this is actually where I like to position. Okay, directly to his side. Now, why? Because he has to turn around, and this means time. So I'll usually go for his shoulder, make him kneel, and then it's just 3 shots and he's done. Okay, so Pyro is nice and fast. Nothing special. Make him kneel. Blast him. You're done. You're good. Now, Swamp Walker. That one's going to be complex, alright? It's actually not easy to deal with him. For Swamp Walker, positioning is absolutely important, as well as knowing his attack pattern. Because the problem is that if he hits you with the Poison Blast straight up, you will die. Okay, let me quickly clear inventory before we go in, you know. And, of course, as expected, all of it is garbage. Hashtag sad. Okay. Off we go. Now, for Swamp Walker, you actually have to apply the same principle as you would for Dead Bride and Pyromaniac. You need to make him turn, because that's the only way you can avoid him immediately barraging you, alright? I've tried being up front, which actually works with Frostwalker, but doesn't work with Swamp Walker. Alright, he will absolutely murder the stuffing out of you. Now, because speed is of the essence, I tend to do something like that. I'll try to roll fast and then immediately start my Cold Fury. Alright, before he comes down. When he starts to come down, you want to position exactly in the same location here again. Make sure you're not on the step, alright? Now, as soon as he turns, you hit him with Cryo and you shoot the center. You shoot the center eye. 3 shots will bring him down, just like so. Then you want to shoot the shoulder, alright? And he's dead in about 6 shots. The 7th shot, which you will have in Piercing Light, is mostly for dealing with Obstructor, Frostwalker, that kind of thing, alright? But if you do it this way, you're fine. Swamp Walker is a guaranteed blast every single time, alright? So that's it. That's all the solo bosses with the sniper build. It will help you basically farm these guys at high speed. For those of you interested in the Piercing Light that I'm using for this, don't worry, I'll go through the build tomorrow. And that's it. That is the Hailey Sniper build. Enjoy using it. It works up to Molten Fortress, okay? Molten Fortress, well, it'll be team dependent whether you clear it, but a few things I want to say before I end. You only have 7.7k hit points with this, okay? Some people, they forego increased HP as well because they say it's no point if you're not going to take a hit, but occasionally the Colossi will hit you while you're waiting for your shot, so please be very careful with that. That's why I put increased HP in, because again, I felt that there was no other way to increase your damage. And I know some people have gone with like chucking in the focus on singular specialist. Not really worth it. I mean, the damage does increase, but you are at significant risk. So I leave that up to you. Okay, that's your decision if you want to, but this is what works for me. This is what I use. All right. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to register me as your favorite content creator. Link is in the video description. Before we go, as always, we thank our top tier supporters. So, Arcane Silver, Vegas Moxie, CG Mayhem, Death Dawning 982, Haza, Princess Star, and Track Hoodie. Thank you for being Plus Ultra. Thank you to BVS Fang, George Tishon, and Nisk for being at the only fan level. I appreciate you guys. And of course, we have to thank all the top supporters in September. Top tipper is CG Mayhem, Top tipper list includes Rafi Jana. Top super chatter is George Tishon. Top super chatter list includes Sir Tommy Gunn, Ted Wu, Craig Ricketts, Grand Roku, I Done It, The One, Fisher. All right. Top channel membership gifter, George Tishon with 60 gifted memberships. Top membership gifter list includes CG Mayhem, I Done It, D Russ, Princess Star, and Yo Slime Forever. Thank you guys very much for supporting the channel. All right. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all enjoy. Catch you later.